When life gets so heavy that you can't even breathe properly. When the weight on your heart feels like it will crush you. When you lie awake at night staring at the ceiling, wondering how much more you're supposed to take. When your prayers feel unanswered and your strength is running out, I want you to hear this truth deep in your spirit. You don't have to carry everything by yourself. God never designed you to. There comes a moment in every believer's journey where your only option, your only hope, your only path forward is to leave it in God's hands, completely and fully, because life gets too big for human hands, but it is never too big for the hands that shape the universe. Maybe right now you're holding on to stress that is eating you from the inside. Maybe you're holding on to people who walked away. Maybe you're holding on to fear, to confusion, to financial pressure, to heartbreak, to unanswered prayers, to pain that nobody knows you're hiding behind your smile. And God is whispering to your heart right now, release it, give it to me, let it go, leave it in my hands. Because the moment you surrender what you cannot control is the moment God begins to move in ways you could never imagine. You see, when you carry things you were never meant to carry, you exhaust yourself. But when you give them to God, He transforms them. God is not asking you to be strong enough, smart enough, brave enough, or perfect enough. He is asking you to trust Him enough. Trust Him with the pages of your story. Trust Him with the battles you can't fight. Trust Him with the doors you can't open. Trust Him with the wounds you cannot heal. Trust Him with the tears you cry alone. Because when you put something in God's hands, it becomes supernatural, it becomes protected, it becomes part of His plan, not your problem. And today, God is telling you, I don't want you to live stressed. I want you to live surrendered. You may not understand the season you're in, but God understands it perfectly. You may not see the way forward, but God sees the entire road. You may not know how things will work out, but God already has the answer written into your future. Sometimes God allows you to reach the end of yourself so you finally place everything in His hands. He lets certain things fail because they weren't part of your destiny. He lets certain people leave because they cannot go where He is taking you. He lets certain plans collapse because He is building something better. And while you're sitting there thinking everything is falling apart, heaven is watching everything fall into place. That is why David said with complete confidence, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Not maybe, not possibly, not hopefully, but surely, meaning certainly, absolutely, without a doubt, guaranteed by God Himself. Goodness is chasing you. Mercy is following you, even when you don't feel it. Even when life looks dark, even when the storm gets louder, even when everything seems delayed, God's goodness is not behind on schedule. God's mercy is not running late. God's promises haven't been canceled. The enemy may be fighting you hard, but goodness and mercy are fighting for you harder. And when God says goodness will follow you, He means His blessings, His favor, His protection, His surprises, His plans, His victories. All of that is already written into your tomorrow. You just need to trust Him with your today. Sometimes we ask, God, why aren't things happening faster? And God answers, because I am preparing something that requires time. Sometimes we ask, God, why did you let this happen? And God answers, so I could bring something better from it. Sometimes we ask, God, where are you? And God says, right here, holding what you cannot see. You don't need to panic. You don't need to figure everything out. You don't need to understand each detail. The same God who brought you this far will not leave you now. The same God who opened past doors will open new doors. The same God who healed you before will heal you again. The same God who carried you in childhood will carry you in adulthood. The same God who protected you from battles you didn't even know about is protecting you right now. Leave it in His hands. Leave the stress. Leave the fear. Leave the heartbreak. Leave the broken dream. Leave the delay. Leave the betrayal. Leave the uncertainty. Leave the financial pressure. Leave the medical diagnosis. Leave the loneliness. Leave the disappointment. Leave the future. Leave the relationship. Leave the burden you've been pretending isn't heavy. God can handle what you cannot carry. God can fix what you cannot repair. God can see what you cannot see. God can open what you cannot open. God can break what you cannot break. God can restore what you cannot rebuild. And when you leave it in His hands, everything changes, not always instantly, but always perfectly. Sometimes God calms the storm. Sometimes He calms you in the storm. Sometimes He removes the burden. Sometimes He strengthens your shoulders. Sometimes He closes a chapter. Sometimes He writes a new one. But He is always working, even in silence, even in the waiting, even in the heartbreak, even in the change, even in the loss, even in the tears, even in the prayers that feel unanswered. God is moving in the background of your life like an artist painting a masterpiece. You might not see the picture yet, but every stroke is intentional. And right now, goodness and mercy are closer than you think. Blessings you didn't expect are on their way. Breakthroughs you didn't pray for specifically are being prepared. Answers you couldn't imagine are being aligned. God is not done with you. He is not finished writing your story. He is not ignoring your pain. He is not blind to your tears. He is not deaf to your prayers. He is the God who holds galaxies in place. Surely He can hold your life together. He is the God who parted seas. Surely He can make a way for you. He is the God who brought the dead back to life. Surely He can revive your hope. So today, take a deep breath and give it all to Him. Stop fighting battles that belong to God. Stop stressing over things that God already planned. Stop worrying about tomorrow when God is already there. Lift your hands, lift your heart, lift your eyes, and whisper with faith, Lord, I place everything in your hands. And the moment you do, peace will begin to flow. Strength will rise. Hope will awaken. Fear will loosen its grip, and goodness and mercy will begin to follow you, not just today, not just tomorrow, but all the days of your life.
My friend, if this message touched your heart, then make sure you subscribe to Hopeword Daily for more powerful Christian messages that build your faith and lift your spirit every single day.